Mindflayers are a support perk. To activate your ability, press F. Prototype MD.K1LR68. It summons a mind killer spider that grabs onto foes with less than or equal to 79 health. Enemies who are near enough to the spiders will be grabbed and converted. Friendly fire is still possible among the Mindflayed scavengers. Keep a safe distance from them. The Mindflayed will attack any hostile enemy for the whole period of 35 seconds. Their heads implode and they die after 35 seconds. You get 3 charges. Any Mindflayed scavs that are still alive when the wave begins will be transferred back to base. If they survive the night, scavs that were Mindflayed before wave phase will still drop rations. They will heal to full if they were previously injured by players before being Mindflayed. They do 2.5x more damage when Mindflayed, and it is. A Mindflayed sledge's 60 heavy attack becomes a 150 attack, capable of turning the tides during the waves. Pros: faster movement speed, faster shoves, reduced crafting costs. This only applies to items crafted with wood and stone, from 5 to 2. Cons: 25% reduced defense making you extremely squishy, reduced recoil control. Advice to newer Mindflayers: make guns to support your team. During waves, try to Mindflay certain scavs like sledgehammers, axe, anything extremely dangerous that can be converted. You are glass. Avoid fighting if possible. Mindflayers can possibly solo lower waves of enemies up to waves 3 to 5, but that's depending on enemy spawn. Eat. Without food and water, you get a minus 55% defense, which is 5% more than damned at half rations. Kill fast scavs first, scissor scavs, spec scavs, banning Winchester scavs, etc. You are not a frontliner, do not act like one, or attempt to be like one. Do not let your teammates die. At 4 morale, you will be one shot from any damage. Recommended melee weapons. There are 2 options. The billhook stuns on hits, making life easier for your mind killers to cling onto victims. In addition, the executioner blade, which deals 120 damage without morale, heals for 5 health whenever you land a heavy kill. Useful for healing damage from the scavs. Recommended traits. Professional. While I suggest the executioner blade, it is more of a backup weapon than a primary weapon for Mindflayers. Guns are your primary means of support. Because of the loss of recoil control, recoil may be more difficult to manage. This debuff is totally negated by professional. Impatient. Because of your increased movement speed, a little more speed would never hurt to avoid enemies, traps, and incoming gunfire. Dependable or fearless, choose whichever you want. Either 15% less damage from all sources, or 25% less damage from firearms and explosions. Personally, I would use Fearless as I don't engage in melee combat that often. Recommended equipment. Cauldron Black. Is this even a surprise anymore? Use this to frontline as a Mindflayer, increasing movement speed by 15%, increasing melee attack damage by 10%, and damage taken by 15% and removes 1.5 of morale. Ballistic Dagger. Do not use this to frontline. The Ballistic Dagger is a useful tool to lower a scav's health so that a mind killer spider can latch on. Throwing Knives for extra rations and 50 damage against an aggroed scav. Aside from the Sledgehammer scav, which has 150 health and requires the usage of 2, they are easy to be Mindflayed. Concertina Bombs. The only class that can utilize this, aside from the Hive Mind and Cross Slink. Enemies who walk into the barbs will be slowed, bled, and damaged. This damage, along with their slowness, makes them an easy target for your spiders.